The 26th of December every year is observed in most Commonwealth countries, some European countries such as Germany and the Netherlands, as Boxing Day or as a second Christmas Day. It is a secular holiday that is traditionally celebrated the day after Christmas.
People think it's the day to fight, to throw punches at each other. No. Boxing Day is about those gifts you have received at Christmas. What people have given to you, you open it that day. And you yourself that is opening in who has been given, you should be able to share with others. That is love. If it is good for you, it's also good for others.
In the liturgical calendar of Western Christianity, Boxing Day is the second day of Christmastide. It is also observed as St. Stephen's Day, a religious holiday.
St. Stephen represents the first martyr of the church, one that stood for the gospel. And so the significance is to also let us know that we should, be like St. Stephen and stand firm no matter the persecution. We should not be cowed. We should not be afraid of standing for the gospel. If St. Stephen could do it, and the Bible recorded that it was even those who saw his face that began to tell the story, that when they were looking at the face of this man, they saw his face shine like that of an angel. I want to tell us that as Christians, standing firm to the end is not going to be in vain. When you stand to the end, God is definitely going to bring good out of evil.
Boxing Day originated in the United Kingdom and is celebrated in a number of countries that previously formed parts of the British Empire. Boxing Day is on 26 December, although the attached bank holiday or public holiday may take place either on that day or 2 days later.
In the old British Empire, the United Kingdom set aside 26 December as Boxing Day. So that day is a public holiday, a day immediately after Christmas. So reach out to the wider public. There is a kind of riding of horses, sports, and then sharing of gifts. The masters used to give those under them certain kind of tip-off as a kind of celebrating the public holiday, having worked conscientiously for them within the period under review.
The origin of Boxing Day is not very clear, but there are a few stories and myths surrounding the celebration of the day. It is believed by some historians that the holiday began in England during the Middle Ages. Some say the name comes from the British aristocracy habit of presenting their servants with gifts on the day after Christmas, once their own celebration was over, and lonely employees could finally get some time off. Another popular suggestion is that it arose from the tradition of making charitable donations during the Christmas season, wherein people would give boxes of food and other supplies to the less fortunate, and churches could send out donation boxes to collect for the poor.
Christianity is not in the saying, it's not just in the words of mouth. Christianity is in its practicality. If I say I'm a Christian and I cannot express the love of God, even in giving out material things, then I'm not a Christian yet. And so we all must come to terms with this reality, that God gave his best, he gave his all, and we should key into this by way of emulation.
Another theory is that boxes placed in churches where parishioners deposited coins for the poor were opened and the contents distributed on 26 December.
Churches have what we call alms boxes, or alms boxes, which they kept. And people generously within the year used to drop money into those boxes. So that 26, what the church normally we do, including Church of Nigeria, is to open them and then look for the needy members of our congregation. And it's in tandem with the word of God in James 1:27. So the true religion is the one that takes care of the poor, the orphans, the widows, the needy, the less privileged. So when you open those boxes, It is expected within the Christendom, particularly in the Anglican Church in Nigeria, you now reach out to the less privileged. Then using us as a case study. In fact, what we did specifically, first we singled out the widows, and then we gave them certain amounts. Then on the 26th, our target also is that we have a full stop where members willingly, freely, as a welfare scheme of the church, bring food items. So that day we are going to open it and then reach out to the less privileged.
Boxing Day is believed to come from Christmas box, the name for a Christmas gift. In 1994, South Africa renamed Boxing Day as a day of goodwill in an effort to sever ties with the country's colonial past. In Nigeria, Boxing Day is a public holiday. It is a day off for the general population. Schools and most businesses are closed. On this day, most people either stay at home to relax, or they take their families out on a picnic, or to the cinema, or they visit friends. Some exchange gifts and food items to neighbors and the less privileged. So, Boxing Day is not a day for boxing as in physical combat, but a day for packing gifts in boxes.